Good morning. My camera was acting up a little bit this morning. I was reading a verse of scripture this morning that made me think about another situation and how we sometimes don't realize some things that we need to realize. I got up and I was reading a passage from Matthew 18, and I came across a verse that I've known a long time. Got a really noisy bird this morning. The verse is taken from Matthew 18, verse 15. And it says, "Moreover, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained a brother." And then it goes on to say, if he doesn't hear you, take somebody with you, and so forth. But there's a process. But the interesting thing is, it says if somebody sins against me, or if somebody offends me, or somebody hurts me, it's my responsibility to go to them. Not their responsibility to come to me, but my responsibility to go to them. And I thought, why would God make me go to them? Why wouldn't He, if they've sinned against me, why shouldn't they come to me? And this is going to be kind of gross, but it's what I thought about. It's the way my brain works, and that can kind of scare you. It made me think about all the dead animals I see along the road. Nobody intentionally goes down the road. Here in West Virginia, we have a lot of deer. And in West Virginia, you'll see deer laying along the side of the road all the time. Nobody intentionally sets out to hit those deer. They don't go down the road and say, all right, bam, got another one, because they do a lot of damage to your car. But nobody intentionally sets out to run over something or to hurt something or to kill something. In fact, a lot of people have actually wrecked themselves trying to avoid hitting an animal, but sometimes it happens, and it wasn't something that was done intentionally. It wasn't something they wanted to do or something they set out to do. And I think that's the way it is a lot of times in life when we offend somebody. It's not something we set out to do. It's not something we wanted to do. And it's not even necessarily something we know that we have done. It's just something that we do, and it happens, and the next thing you know, the deed is done. And I think Peanut quit. Peanut's rubbing against the leg of the camera. I think sometimes you have to realize that sometimes people offend us, or sometimes people hurt us, and they didn't do it intentionally. They didn't mean to do it, and they don't know to reconcile the situation because it wasn't something they set out to do. It wasn't something they meant to do or even know that they've done. It's just something that happened, something they did, and they need to be told, hey, now you don't need to do it in a mean spirit. You don't need to be the same offender they were. You don't need to go to them and say, hey, I got a bone to pick with you. No, that's not what the scripture is saying. It's saying if somebody has offended you, go to them as a brother. Go to them as a sister and say, I don't know if you meant to. I don't know if you know that you did this, but something you said really, really hurt me. It really offended me. Something you did really offended me. And give them an opportunity to correct the situation. Give them an opportunity to fix what they did. Give them an opportunity to heal the relationship. Now, admittedly, some people don't receive that well. You still should go. Most people, if they know that they've done something that's offensive, will go out of their way to try and make it right. So if somebody has offended you today, if you're going through a tough time because something somebody did or said, and they don't realize perhaps that they've hurt you, I suggest that you give them a call and say, look, I know you probably didn't mean this. I know you probably didn't realize that this would hurt me, but this is an area that I'm sensitive to, and I just don't want there to be anything between us. You're my friend, and I care about you, and I don't want there to be anything between us. And I can almost guarantee you, if you'll take the time to do that, you can heal a relationship that was hurt. You can't necessarily fix a deer that you hit along the road, but you can fix relationships if you give them an opportunity and give God's plan, His guidance, an opportunity to work in your life. Well, my time is gone. I hope you have a great day today. It's a beautiful day out today. I've got a lot to do. I'm sure you do too. So you have a great day, and Lord willing, I will see you tomorrow.